Welcome to Dubmaster YouTube channel. In a small, dimly lit room, a young boy named VJ sits quietly, studying under the weak light of an old fading lamp. Suddenly, the door slowly opens. A drunk man walks inside, carrying a handbag. It is VJ's father. Without saying a word, the man sits beside him and pulls out a bottle from the bag. VJ watches silently. There is disappointment in his eyes, but also concern for his father. After his father sleeps, VJ looks toward him for a few seconds. He picks up the bottle, places it back inside the handbag, and quietly leaves the house. After walking through narrow streets, he reaches a scrap dealer's shop. He opens the bag and shows the bottles, hoping to sell them. The scrap dealer looks at the bottles, counts a few currency notes, and hands them to the boy. VJ grabs the money and immediately runs through the busy streets toward a bicycle rental shop. He enters the shop, pays the rent, and takes a bicycle to a milk distributor's shop. He hangs bags on both sides of the bicycle, then he carefully fills them with milk packets. Before sunrise, Arjun begins his first business. Street after street, shop after shop, he delivers milk to different sale points across the neighborhood. Hours later, after finishing all deliveries, he reaches milk shop again. The manager counts his earnings and places some money in his hand. He also gives him one extra packet of milk for home. Vijay's tired face lights up. When he returns home, he is carrying 3 milk packets and his hard-earned money. There is hope inside that tiny house. His father quietly prepares tea for him. Vijay pours the tea into a flask and steps back onto the streets once again, this time selling tea to people passing by. Day by day, the boy keeps moving forward. One afternoon, while walking through the market, he notices a map of India hanging outside a shop. He stops, looks at it carefully, and something inspires him. The very next morning, VJ wears a school uniform and attends school proudly. After classes end, he walks toward the secretary's office, carrying several maps in his hands. He carefully installs one of the maps onto the wall. In return, he receives payment for his work. As he steps back, a quotation hanging nearby catches his attention. "If you decide to do something the right way, I will always stand with you." Those words stay in his heart. But VJ's journey is still not over. After returning home from school, he changes his clothes once again and heads outside. This time, he stops at a newspaper stall. He buys multiple copies of newspapers using his saved money. The newspaper seller watches the boy carefully and becomes deeply impressed by his determination. As a reward, the seller offers him money. But VJ politely refuses. Instead, he asks for a few extra newspapers to sell. VJ salutes him respectfully, picks up the newspapers, and rushes toward the busy traffic signals. Under the burning sun, the young boy begins selling newspapers to drivers, passengers, and cab owners. As evening falls, VJ finally returns home. He sits quietly and starts counting the day's earnings. Half of the money goes to his mother for household expenses. The remaining coins he carefully saves for the future, for long-term investment. Suddenly, the door opens. His drunk father enters the room. VJ immediately becomes nervous as he notices his father staring at the money box in his hands. For a moment, fear fills the room, but then the father gently smiles. He assures his son that he will not take his money anymore, because today he has earned his own. VJ's eyes shine with happiness. The light turns off, and the night passes peacefully. The next morning, both of them share a smile, filled with hope, dignity, and a new beginning. And this story leaves us with one powerful message: never sit and wait for opportunities. Create your own opportunities, just like Ambani did. If you enjoyed this emotional journey, then stay tuned for the next episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Dubmaster for more inspiring stories.